Greetings hobbyists, this is Artisans of Vool. And in this video we're going to talk about a mirror function in Blender, just not the one that you think we're going to talk about. Okay, so this is one of these things where you just find it accidentally, and this happened a couple of days ago. And I wanted to check this wasn't an add-on, but it does appear to be part of native Blender. So I'm just going to Shift and D and then Z that up, and then Shift and R to repeat that last function. And then I just want to talk quickly about the things that we're not focusing on today. So the first is the mirror modifier. We're not really looking at this, but I'll just demonstrate it quickly. If you click in Add Modifier and type in mirror, this is what most people probably think about when we use the phrase mirror. And in this instance, it's mirroring across the X, or we could mirror across the Y, which is on the other side, or we could mirror across the Z, or we could do any combination that we want to of those, which is really useful. What's really nice about this, let's just turn that off and then go with the Y so it's on both sides, is that this is a modifier, which means that we can continue to change things here. So for example, I could G and Y that out further, or actually let's just I and then E, and that will occur on the other side too. And then we could obviously come in and change things if we wanted to. So that is the mirror modifier. That's probably what most people think about when we say mirror. Let's just delete that. Now, if we come down to this second object, the other thing, which is not mirroring, but it has got a similar idea to it, A for everything, and then go to Mesh and then Symmetrize. This is another version, which you could probably call mirroring. And in this instance, I've done positive Y, which is this side, so we can see that on the gibble, to negative Y. I could also have done positive X to negative X, which is going to go this way. Now, importantly, this is a destructive process. It's not a modifier, which means that once we do that, let's just go positive Y to negative Y again, we can make a change over here. Let's just go I and then E, and it doesn't do it on the other side, unless I select everything, so A, and then Mesh, and then Symmetrize again. It's also probably quite important to mention that if we do this, let's notice that we haven't got this on this side. If I Ctrl and plus, this actually works off of the faces or vertices that are selected. So if I go to Mesh and then, actually let's just do this to demonstrate this. Let's just go to that face. If we go to Mesh and then Symmetrize, notice it's only copied that one to the other side. So you have to select what you wanted to work on. In this instance, I'd have to go Ctrl and plus to get to somewhere there-ish, and then Mesh, and then Symmetrize, and then it's done it to the other side. I would recommend in most instances just hitting A. I had to double click A because I've got Select Pro, and then Symmetrize, and then it's worked. So that's the other version. It's basically a destructive version of a mirror. But let me be clear that regardless of that, the name for that function is to symmetrize. But what I discovered the other day, completely by accident, is if I come here and I hit Ctrl+M, you get at the top something else that says mirror, and it says to select mirror axis. And in this instance, if I hit Y, it's going to mirror the object, but it literally takes the whole object and flips it. Now, importantly, it just came up with a warning here saying this object has a negative scale, and you can see that on the y-axis, all this has done is taken it to a negative scale. This is effectively, if I undo it, the same as hitting S to scale Y, 1, minus, and then it goes to the other side in exactly the same way. But it's just a bit quicker. Ctrl and M and then Y, and then click, and we've flipped it to the other side. Now, a couple of nice things about this is if we do that again, you can also, if you hold down your middle mouse button, select the axis this is going to work on. So if you put this white line here closest to the green, which is the y-axis, it will mirror on the y. If I do it on the red, it goes in the x-axis, and there it's flipping in the z-axis. I really don't know why they call this mirror. I think flip would be a much better name of it. But this is effectively what it's doing. Let's just escape out so we've got it there. And then finally, if I just show this one more time, Ctrl and M, and then do it that side, and then click, it does also give you the option of doing it in multiple directions. So I could do it in the Y, and then also in the Z, which is quite nice. Finally, if we hit R and Z and rotate this around a bit that way, we also have the option to change the way we're doing this. So if I hit Ctrl and M, and then in this instance go Y, then it will flip it along the Y, but it is on the global Y. If I hit Y again, it then does it on the local Y in a similar way to if you were moving things and you hit the direction twice. So once is on global, twice is on the local. And again, once we've clicked this, you can change that as well if you wanted to, and then on the X, and then on the local, and so on. We could do it on normals or the view or whatever. But yeah, I thought this was interesting. I just wanted to share it. So just a quick example of why this might be useful. This is a foot that I've been creating, and the other one might need to be in a different pose. What I could just do is shift and right click to get the cursor there, select all of those, Ctrl+Alt and X to put their origins to the cursor, and then with that done we can select these, Shift and D to make a duplicate, Ctrl and M, and then mirror those on the X. So now we've got the other version of this, but they're not connected in any way, so I can just start posing this one because it needs to be in a different pose for the 3D printing. And what's nice about that is that it is totally ignored the fact that if I just bring out the end panel and then come up to my item, that this has actually got rotation on the Z axis. So if I was to actually mirror this, so add that and mirror, then this could cause some issues because it's changing where it is. It's not doing it on the global axis, it's doing it on its own local axis. And there are other ways around that. We could, for example, put an empty here, but it's just useful that we've got this as an extra tool. As I said, I found this by accident, and I'm not actually sure and haven't really looked up how long this has been a part of Blender, so if you know how long you've been able to do this, let me know in the comment section, or if this is just something you've known all along. Again, just tell me in the comment section, because this was just totally new for me. Anyway, hopefully this is new for you as well, and you found something useful. Hit that like button if you have, or just hit that like button if you want to help me with the YouTube algorithm, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys.